How long have you been coming to Artica, and how long have you been involved?
Coming to and involved 2007. Yes.
Okay. And your involvement has primarily been with the burn or other projects as well?
Mine has always been with suppression for the burn. So, Amy always does some sort of project, participatory extravaganza.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the suppression team, how it came together, who you all are.
We're all people that have, for the most part, the core group have all been people that have done suppression for different Burning Man regionals. And there have been people that we've pulled in outside of that, or actually through regionals. But that's the core group of people are all people from Burning Man regional groups.
Yeah. Do you recall a specific year that was just, for one reason or another, especially memorable in terms of burns?
In a good way?
Any way that kind of strikes you, anecdotally. Because I know there were a few windy years over time and some...
Well, as far as that, like, there haven't been any issues from the standpoint of the burn itself as far as like safety issues. So there hasn't been a time where we were worried about anything with the Cotton Belt building or the surrounding area. It's like we've had that pretty well sorted, even when we've had high wind. There was one year that my mother-in-law came and she was sitting watching, and then the burn was finished and we couldn't find her. Turns out that she decided to walk back to Central West End on her own from here. We thought she was still here, that maybe somebody had... We searched the Cotton Belt building, every floor. That was a memorable one. Had nothing to do with the actual burn itself, though.
How would you categorize, and maybe this is an unfair question, but like a burn that's gone just to perfection? Like, what are the ingredients or elements involved in that?
The structure itself, burning in exactly the way we have it planned. The ignition goes just the way we want it to. It lasts long enough that you want it to last long enough that everybody enjoys it, but it's not too long that people are just sitting there waiting for it to finish. Because we're under we have to have the entire structure down to a certain level before we can allow people into the perimeter. So, if there's any part of the structure that's sticking up too high, then we can't allow people in. So having everything drop the way we want it to and the time that we want it to is...
Tell me about emotionally watching it happen. From a spectator's perspective, a lot of fun, but also very thoughtful in a lot of respects. I'm just kind of curious from your perspective, what kind of emotions run through over the course of the entire burn experience.
I'm just, when things happen the way we want them to, I'm thrilled.
Glad to be here. This is called One Man Band.
It's kind of like the one thing with burns which I know that this isn't technically a burn, this is a separate thing, but like when doing something like this, knowing that the work that's gone into it and the planning that we have suppression have done, like beforehand, spent a lot of time leading up to the actual event. When everything happens, I'm just super happy when everything happens the way it's supposed to.
And the last question I had for you is just, in general, your take on Artica, what it's meant to you as an attendee and as a participant, as a a member of the suppression crew. What does this weekend mean to you in kind of a broad sense?
I love the fact that with this, it's the level of participation that people can have. Just people that aren't artists that haven't shown up with something can have just the fact that, you know, you can have people playing music there. You've got, you know, our friend's 5-year-old daughter had a hay sculpture that she made. It's just like anybody can bring whatever the thing is that they want to, you know, like have other people experience. They can bring it here. I think that's just a fantastic thing.
I think we're going to compete with the guitar here. So thank you very much.
Yeah.